Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and for today's video I'm here to do 21 slasher movies that I think everyone needs to see or own. So this was inspired by Joe the Horror Man and Horrific Nightmares JM, and Dave Maggot also uploaded a video as well, and I really enjoyed all those videos. Kind of brought me back to my OG days of slasher collecting and discovering all the really awesome slasher movies for the first time thanks to YouTube videos. So I wanted to do the same thing to hopefully help some of you guys out that perhaps haven't seen some of these movies that I'm about to mention. I'm going to try and keep the video as quick as possible. I'm not really going to go into great detail on any of these movies, but if any sound or look interesting to you, just look them up. And if you're a hardcore slasher fan, you've probably seen most of these anyway, but I wanted to kind of include a few that Dave, Joe and Jason did not show in their videos, a few that I consider to be pretty underrated. But yeah, with that being said, let's get started, and I did stay away from major franchises. So to kick things off, we're going to start with Candyman. Absolutely incredible story-driven slasher movie from the 90s. I love the setting and the housing projects, and I love the whole sort of story and mytho behind the Candyman character. Next up, we have Wolf Creek 2. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this franchise, but I know some people still haven't seen any of the Wolf Creek movies. I'm showing Wolf Creek 2 over the first one just because I kind of feel that this has more kind of slasher elements to it than the original movie, but the original movie is phenomenal as well. One of my favourite modern slashers, Haunt. I love the haunted house setting in this one a lot, and I liked the killers as well, so yeah, highly recommend this one. The next one I have talked about in previous videos, I've even reviewed it before, but I definitely consider this to be really underrated, and that is the Killage. This is a low-budget Australian slasher filmed up in Queensland, and this one is really good, especially for the budget. The kills are fantastic, the characters are a lot of fun, and it's just a very self-aware, typical slasher movie. So, highly recommend the Killage. The next one, I've always considered this to be super underrated, and that is Intruder. This one has some really awesome kills, and I love the supermarket setting. The next one may be a little bit tricky to track down, but if you can find it, I highly recommend it, and that is Alone in the Dark. This is really good. It stars Donald Pleasance, and this one is about 3 escaped mental patients who basically terrorize a family in their home. Really good. Next one is a 80s classic in my opinion, but I do consider this one to get overlooked at times, and that is House on Sorority Row. If you like your sorority house settings in slasher movies and you've never seen this one, highly recommended. Really good. The next one I absolutely love, and that is Happy Birthday to Me. This one has some fantastic kills, and I kind of like the whodunit storyline to this one as well. This one's a classic. I'm sure most people have seen it, but I definitely wanted to include it in my list, and that is The Amazing Sleepaway Camp. This is another one that I definitely consider to be pretty underrated, and that is Slaughter High. This is one of the few slasher movies where the main character has his own theme song, which is awesome. There he is there on the front cover, Marty. This is a really good revenge slasher, and I like the story of Marty within this movie, and this one has some really awesome kills in it as well. Good variety of kills too, so yeah, this one is awesome. Next up, we have Killer Party. This one is a burn on demand from the Warner Archives. Unfortunately, as far as I know, this one does not have an official release. I'd love Scream Factory or Arrow to release this one officially on Blu-ray, because this one is fantastic. It's kind of unique because the first half of the movie basically plays out like a standard slasher, but then it kind of takes a 360 turn halfway through the movie, and I like that. It's really, really awesome. So yeah, Killer Party is great. This one's extremely underrated. I hardly hear anyone ever mention this movie, which is a shame, and that is Evil Laugh. First off, the cover is fantastic, and yeah, this is a really, really awesome movie. Some of the kills are pretty cheesy, but I really like this one a lot, and it's got a really awesome character in this movie that's obsessed with horror. So that's Evil Laugh. The next one is a Christmas classic, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Next up we have Pieces, which is phenomenal. I like the storyline to this one, and I love the kills as well. Very, very stylish kills within this movie. And look at that cover art. Next up we have Charlie's Farm. This one is a Australian slasher movie. I know a few people out there are big fans of this one, and for good reason, because it's fantastic. The best way to sum this one up, if you've never seen this one before and you're a fan of the Hatchet franchise, this one comes highly recommended. Yeah, it's pretty similar to the Hatchet films. Now, I wanted to include this movie, not because the movie itself is really good, because the movie is honestly pretty bad, but for the kills alone, it is worth watching this movie. The kills within this are fantastic, and that is The Mutilator. So like I said, not a good movie, but the kills more than make up for it. This one's pretty popular, but I had to include it because it is basically my favourite standalone slasher, and that's the amazing My Bloody Valentine. Love this one a lot. The next one doesn't get enough love in my opinion, and that is Nightmare Beach. I know Dave showed this, which I was very, very pleased to see. This one is also known as Welcome to Spring Break, and I love this movie. I love the beachside setting, I love the killer, and I kind of like how unique the kills are within this film, because they all sort of revolve around the killer's motorbike, which I think is really, really cool. And this one's got good characters and a good story too. So that's Nightmare Beach or Welcome to Spring Break. Next up we have Stitches. This movie is awesome, and I highly recommend it, obviously, if you're a fan of clowns. Yeah, this one is a lot of fun. It's pretty short, so it's a pretty fast and quick watch. And this one doesn't have a high body count, but the kills more than make up for it, because the kills within this movie are awesome. So that is Stitches. The next one, no brainer, one of the first ones I thought of when I was compiling this list, and that's Dream Home. I've talked about this movie several times in previous videos. I've reviewed it a few times. This movie is incredible. It's one of my favourite modern slashers. The kills within this are brutal, very, very realistic looking. And I really like the storyline with this movie too, and I love the fact that the killer is a female. Really, really awesome. So yeah, if you've never seen this one comes highly recommended. That is Dream Home. And this one's got a really good storyline too. And last but certainly not least, had to include Maniac. This one is pretty popular, it's pretty well known, but it's definitely one that I think everyone needs to check out. I was contemplating going with the remake, but I've decided to stick to the original for this one. But yeah, this one is absolutely phenomenal, especially from a character standpoint, so that's Maniac. So there you go guys, that was my 21 slasher movies that everyone needs to see or own in their collection. Let me know what you think of my choices, my list, in the comments section below. And once again, a shout out to Jason and Joe for coming up with this idea. I think it was a great one. And yeah, I definitely had to do a response. So that's it for this video. I've also got my 21 movies that everyone needs to own list compiled, and I will be uploading that video later in the week, so stay on the lookout for that. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope everyone is staying well and safe out there, and as always, thank you for watching.